Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will discuss the caudal provision of reinforcement detailing. It is very important to proportion the column and their reinforcement, especially in case of earthquake zones where careful considerations are required. So because design of column is very important and column is considered as one of the important component in the building because failure of column may lead to progressive failure, and because of that proper reinforcement detailing needs to be done. So first point that we will consider as per IS code is the size of column. So what should be the minimum size of column? That is a question to be asked many times. So as per IS code, the minimum dimension of column in case of earthquake zones, it should not be less than 300 mm or 15 times the largest longitudinal bar dia, and it is as per this clause of IS code 13920. Well, this IS code is very important. While designing the structure, we generally use this IS code in conjunction with the IS 456. So as per this IS code, the minimum dimension of column should not be less than 300 mm in case if we are designing building in earthquake zones. So that is the main clause regarding the dimension. Well, column dimension can be less than 300 mm, but it will be in case of building not in earthquake zones. Then second is concrete cover. How much cover is to be provided in case of column? So that is also need to be considered. So generally a minimum of 40 mm cover is provided in the column, and it is as per recommendation of the IS code. So this clause of IS 456 is mentioned there. So you can refer to that. And a reduced cover of 25 mm is permitted in small sized column in case of column having dimension less than or equals to 200 mm. So as I said in the previous slide that lower dimension of column can also be adopted, but that is only when we are not designing building in earthquake zones which are prone to earthquake. So in that case, we can have column of lower dimension also, but generally it is not advisable. Okay. And if column dimension is less than or equals to 200 mm, then the bar diameter should not be more than 12 mm. So that is also needs to be taken care of. Now, we will now discuss about the longitudinal reinforcement detailing as per IS code. So you can refer to this clause where the various recommendations regarding the longitudinal reinforcement is given. So longitudinal reinforcement is basically the reinforcement which we generally provide along the length of column like this. So these are the longitudinal reinforcement. Similarly, transverse reinforcement will be like this. So now we are talking about the longitudinal reinforcement. So in this, first we will see what are the minimum and maximum reinforcement requirement as per IS code. So as per IS code, the minimum reinforcement in the column should not be less than 0.8% and it should not be more than 6% respectively. So theoretically, it should not be more than 6% and it should not be less than 0.8%. But uh, practically, maximum limit of this 6% will result in practical difficulty. It will lead to a very high congestion of reinforcement in the column, and because of that, placing and compacting of concrete will be very difficult. So therefore, generally in practice, only 3 to 4% of reinforcement is provided in the column. So that is generally considered as the maximum limit. But as per theoretical limit, it is 6%. In certain situations, larger column sizes than required by design may have to be adopted due to architectural considerations for meeting local building regulations or to use standard formwork or mold. So sometimes what happens is we provide higher size of column than required. Now, this higher size may be because of building regulations, or maybe because of architectural considerations, or maybe because we have larger formwork or mold. So to use that, we generally provide higher size of column. So in that case, if we provide higher size of column, then cross-sectional area will be high, and 0.8% of reinforcement as we are required to provide minimum 0.8% of reinforcement. That will be very high, because if we are taking higher cross-sectional area, reinforcement will also be high. So this point is taken care of by IS code provisions, and as it says, in such cases the code permits that the use of minimum percentage of longitudinal reinforcement based on the required area of concrete instead of the actual area of concrete. So for example, if the required area is 300 mm by 300 mm, and because of some other considerations, architectural considerations, if we are providing column of 400 by 400 in place of 300 by 300, then in our minimum reinforcement calculation, we will consider only the required area. So on this basis, we will be calculating the reinforcement area. So that is the clause that is being given in the IS code. Then coming to the next point, which is minimum diameter and number of bars and their location. So what should be the minimum diameter of bar that we generally use in the column, and how much bars can we provide in a column, and what should be their location. So all these things will be covered in this. Now, longitudinal bars in columns and pedestal should not be less than 12 mm dia. So we don't use bar less than 12 mm dia in general case, and as per spacing part, it should not be spaced more than 300 mm apart along the periphery of the column. So if column is like this, and if we provide reinforcement like this, then this spacing should not be more than 300 mm, should be less than or equals to 300 mm. So all this spacing should be less than 300 mm. Then talking about the minimum number of bars that is being required in the column. So it says at least 4 bars should be provided in a column with rectangular cross section, and at least 6 bars to be provided in a circular column. So if we have rectangular column, minimum number of bars to be provided are 4. So we can't provide less than 4 bars in a column. So as per our calculation, we need to see whether we can provide 4 bars or not. So minimum requirement is 4. More than 4, we can provide. But generally, we provide bars in symmetry. Now, in case of circular column, we need to provide at least 6 bars. Then, in case of spiral column or helically reinforced column, the longitudinal bars should be placed in contact with the spiral reinforcement and equidistant around the inner surface. So, in case of spiral bar, generally, say this is the spiral in a plane, then generally we provide bars equidistant and with proper contact with the spirals. So the contact should be there. Now talking about some other shapes in columns with T shape or L shape or some other cross-sectional shape, at least 1 bar should be located at each corner. So if we have different shapes of cross-section, say for example, if we have L shape of cross-section, then we have to provide at least 1 bar at each corner. So this corner, this corner, this corner. So there are many corners in this case. So we have to provide at least 1 bar in each case, in each corner. So that is also the requirement. Then second one is when a large number of bars need to be accommodated, then they may be bundled, or alternatively, they may be grouped. So if there are large number of bars, in that case, what we do is we provide bars in this configuration. So they may be bundled like this, or they may be formed as in a group. So here we have 16 bars. I mean, if we have 16 bars, in this case, we have divided those 16 bars in 4 groups like this. And the spacing between those in this case is considered as in case of groups. So earlier we used to consider this 300 mm spacing for individual bar. When there is a case of grouping, then in that case we compare this distance with in terms of grouping group bar. Then coming to the transverse reinforcement. So transverse reinforcement will also have some clause. So we can refer to this clause for getting the recommendations of this reinforcement, this transverse reinforcement. So in this case, it says all longitudinal reinforcement in a compression member must be enclosed within transverse reinforcement comprising either lateral ties or spirals. Now, if we provide lateral ties, so in that case, we band lateral ties like this. So lateral ties are something like this. So when we provide this band, we provide this band, so this angle generally is 135 degree. So if we provide band like this, then it is considered as 90 degree band. And in case of lateral ties, we band this bar more, which becomes 135 degree. So the banding of this bar is at 135 degree. This is as per the recommendation of this code. Now, this is required because of various reasons. First reason is to prevent the premature buckling of individual bar. As I said earlier also, when we provide, say these are the main bars, and when we provide these transverse reinforcement. Now, what is the function of transverse reinforcement in this? So generally we provide this transverse reinforcement to prevent the premature buckling. So if we don't provide this transverse reinforcement, the whole bar may buckle. So like this. So to avoid this buckling, what we do is we constrain this bar at regular interval by providing this transverse reinforcement. So that is the one function that is being served by this bar. Second is to confine the concrete in the core. So more lateral ties is provided, the concrete within this core will be confined, which actually improve the ductility and the strength or load carrying capacity. Also, the function is to hold the longitudinal bars in position during the construction. So during the construction, we do concreting. So during the concreting, the bars should be held in position properly. So to do that, we provide this lateral ties. So that is the third function. Also to provide the resistance against the shear and torsion. So that is the fourth function for this. Now coming to the pitch and diameter of lateral ties. What should be the pitch of lateral ties and what should be the dia of lateral ties? So all these provisions are provided in the IS code. So first, talking about the pitch. We are talking about pitch, this one. So when we provide reinforcement, so this part is called pitch. So what should be the value of pitch as per IS code recommendation? So IS code has given 3 points. So we calculate pitch from these 3 points and the least value is adopted. So first is the least lateral dimension. So for example, if we have this rectangular column, so this B will be considered as the least lateral dimension. Second one is the 16 times of smallest diameter of longitudinal bar. So that is the second consideration. If we are using, say, in the column, if we are using 2 different dia of bars, say for example, in the corner we are providing 25 mm dia, and in between we are providing 20 mm dia, then the lower dia will be 20. So 16 times of 20 will be the pitch calculated by second point. and the third one is 300 mm. So the least value from these 3 points will be adopted as a pitch for the transverse reinforcement. Then coming to the diameter of lateral ties. So as per IS code, the diameter of the lateral ties should not be less than 1/4 of the diameter of the largest longitudinal bar, or 6 mm. So if we are adopting two different diameter of bar in the column, then we take the largest diameter of bar. So for example, in a column, if we adopt 25 mm dia bar, then 1/4 of 25 mm dia will be around 6. It will be around 6. And the second point is 1/4 the diameter of the largest longitudinal bar, or 6 mm, whichever is greater. So in this case, if we adopt 25 mm dia bar, then also we get 6.25, and in this case we get 6.5 mm. So higher value will be this one. So we will adopt this value for the dia. Also, IS code does not specify any maximum size for the lateral ties. Now, what can be the maximum size of lateral ties? It is not specified in the IS code, but generally we don't take higher value of lateral ties than this value. So generally, maximum value of lateral ties dia can be 16 mm. Higher than this, we generally don't adopt that. So all these provisions that I have discussed, it is summarized here. So here the pitch summarize here. Pitch should be less than least lateral dimension 16 times of the dia of the smallest main bar, and should be less than 300 mm. So this is the summarize of pitch, and then we have cover summarization, and then we have this dia of lateral ties. So generally, dia of main bar should be higher than 12 mm dia, and dia of lateral ties should be greater than or equals to 1/4 times of dB, and should be greater than 6 mm. So dB is the dia of main bar, and dTr is the dia of transverse lateral ties. Then coming to the pitch and diameter of the spiral or helical reinforcement. So in this case also, helical reinforcement should be regular formation with the turns of the helix spaced evenly, and its ends should be anchored properly. So all this form. So one round is called helix. And at the end and at the start, they should be anchored properly, as IS code has recommended. So generally at the end, we generally provide 1.5 extra turn at the spiral. So that I will show you with the help of diagram later. So it says where an increased load on the column on the strength of helical reinforcement is allowed, the pitch of helical turns should not be more than 75 mm or more than 1/6 the core diameter of the column. Because as I said earlier also, that spiral column is having higher strength than the lateral ties column. So in that case, we need to check pitch also. So generally pitch of the helically reinforced column should not be more than 75 mm or more than 1/6 the core diameter of the column. So that I will show you now with the help of this diagram. So here it says this is the pitch. This value is the pitch. So this pitch should be less than 75 mm and 1/6 times of diameter of core, DC. This is basically DC. So diameter of core is basically this one. This up to this value. This is wrong. So diameter of core will be this value, DC. Okay. And it should be, and at the same time, it should be more than 25 mm also, and 3 times of DTR, whichever is higher. So basically, to sum up, we can say that pitch in the spiral should not be less than 25 mm and should not be more than 75 mm roughly. So as I said, at the same time, it should not be less than 25 mm or 3 times the diameter of bar forming the helix, whichever is higher. Also, the diameter of helical reinforcement should also follow the rules for the lateral ties. So the diameter of lateral ties that I have discussed earlier, that it should be 1/4 of largest dia of bar or 6 mm, whichever is greater. So the same specification will be followed in helically reinforced column also. So that is the case of helically reinforced column. Now I will show you some arrangement of the transverse reinforcement in column. So here you can see if this is a rectangular column and if we are required to provide more bars, then how do we accommodate them? So if there are more bars, then we provide extra lateral ties to hold them properly. And also when this spacing is more than 75 mm, sorry, when it is more than 300 mm, then we provide this extra link. And if this spacing is less than 75 mm, then we leave them just like this. We don't provide extra link to them. Similarly, in this case also, when when this spacing is less than or 300, I mean when it is more than 75 mm, in that case we provide extra lateral reinforcement. Similarly, we have another configuration here also. We sometimes we provide links also, and this distance should be less than 48 times of DTR. So these are some of the detailing part that we generally refer from 13920 IS code. Some more configuration. So when we provide reinforcement in the inner side of column also, then also we need to check these dimensions. Similarly, when we provide reinforcement in the groups, so that is also I have covered earlier also. Now, some basic arrangement. Say this is the simplest form of reinforcement detailing when we have only required 4 bars. So those can be held by providing single lateral tie. Similarly, in this case also, if the spacing between these bars is less than or equals to 75 mm, then we don't link this bar with this bar. But if this spacing is more than, here also, when it is more than 75 mm, then we provide link, extra link. Similarly, here also, we can provide like this, or another arrangement can be providing one lateral tie to hold this bar, this bar, this bar, and this bar, and another lateral tie to hold this bar, and this bar. So both the lateral ties are at the same level. So in the elevation, if I try to show you like this, so this one lateral tie will be comprising this one and this one. So please don't mistaken by this fact that this will be at other level and this will be at other level. Both will be at the same level, at this same level. So we will continue our discussion in the next part. Thank you.